Chapter 23. There is the odd, interesting idea in the Bible. My intention was to encourage people to read the bloody book. If you read carefully, you can picture the brutal reality behind the story. Also see it is not holy. Just another story from another time, not so very long ago. It was a hard world. War was how they lived. Now more people die in cars than war, if you don't count starvation, which could be classified as a state of war. Verse 29, Indeed, any person who does not practice self-denial throughout the day shall be cut off from his kin. So, if you masturbate on the Sabbath, you are dead meat, from severed head to bloody feet. Moses gives out a few religious holidays, like Happy Murder Every Firstborn Egyptian Day. Still celebrated more than 2,000 years after Christ, the fellow who told us that the laws of Moses were revoked. Said a few clever things that Jesus Christ. Lord Moses passes on a few more tax laws, made them forever. But he thought forever was 3,000 or 4,000 years. Back then they thought the world was a couple thousand years old. A little event just for us. We are wiser now. We will no longer celebrate the murder of others. We will stop glamorizing hate and fear. We will stop blaming the other guy because the whole fucking bunch of us have been ignorant servants. And again, if you don't do what Lord fucking asshole says, off with your fucking head. All citizens of Israel shall live in booths 7 days a year. Booth is like tabernacle in the sense of tent. Forever. Under penalty of this swinging sword in your head. Now how many fucking Jews do that? How many Jews live in booths, whatever? How do you do? Booth is like a tent or... No one does that. The Jews don't even follow their own laws. And I think I heard tell that one of them masturbated on the Sabbath. Ugh. Bloody hell. There's no way the Jews even read this book. If they read it, they don't understand it. It's just impossible. It's not, it doesn't work. It's like physically it doesn't work. It's physically, you can't even get a reality to fit into this if you tried. And this forever business, of course, it doesn't work either because we forgot all about things like, well, they didn't know things like evolution. They assumed that God made the planet Earth, and it was flat back then, of course, flat with water above and water below. That God did that just for us so that he could torture us, of course. There's no other reason to make us except for to torture us, except for the chosen of the chosen. All the rest were to be tortured, and then you can die and be tortured forever. And that's why God made the universe, just for that. Wow, that's clever. But we know differently now. We know that the earth is not the reason for the universe. It is a little tiny speck in the universe. And it depends on your perspective. You have to be in this one galaxy to even be aware that there's this one sun. And you have to be pretty close to this one sun to be aware that there is the planet Earth. We are very, very tiny. That doesn't mean we should give up. It means we've got to fight even harder. Because it ain't God that's going to save us. It's going to be us. The gods. Plural form.